Hey, what it do, sports world? It's me again. The Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs, is here, y'all. Where passion meets performance and champions are made. I'm your host, Ray Diggs, bringing you the energy, the insight, and the mindset from across the world of sports. From the locker rooms to the big stage, this is where the real ones talk and legends rise, and the motto stays the same. Winners will always win. The Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs. We are here and we ain't going nowhere. Make sure y'all tune in because we're about to go live now. Peace. Hey, what it do, world, and welcome to the Winner Circle podcast, man. Listen, we got a great, sensitive subject today. This is going to be a great segment, man. I want to talk about the young 1-year-old baby from Senatobia, Mississippi, that lost his life recently due to a police-involved shooting. The young baby, the 1-year-old baby name was Cohen Wiley. And like at the end of the day, man, I think this right here was a very sad situation. Cohen Wiley, I think the baby was put in bad situations from both ends, but right now Mississippi is in a uproar. So Senatobia, Mississippi is in an uproar right now. As y'all know, they have boycotted the Walmart that this happened at, and the incident right now. And I'm just gonna give you all my point of view. You might not like it, but I just think that it was bad decisions off both sides. But listen, before I get started, man, make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button. Make sure y'all give me y'all feedback on what you all think about this segment. But like I said before, man, it was a tragic death of the 1-year-old Cohen Wiley. And who's responsible? This right here was a heartbreaking story out of Senatobia, Mississippi. Has sparked national attention after a 1-year-old named Cohen Wiley was killed during a police-involved shooting outside of Walmart. Now, according to authorities, the officers were responding to a alleged shoplifting call involving diapers. Listen, if I was there, man, I would have paid for them diapers. If that right there was going to save this young baby's life, I'll pay for those diapers if it's that important. But in the end, I can understand it from both point of views. But the vehicle attempted to leave the scene. Police say the vehicle drove towards the officer, prompting an officer to fire. The child was struck and later pronounced dead, and the incident remained under investigation, and the officer involved has been placed on administrative leave. Now, listen, when you read that right there, right now, they're saying I saw the interview with the mother. The mother said that her and the baby, they was walking out with a friend. The friend was pretty much the police was following the friend, or all three of them, from how she said it. And she said that she kept walking her and the baby because it had nothing to do with them. So her and the baby went onto the car, got in the car. The friend came, and then the friend get in the car, and they tried speeding off. She stated that she held the baby up so the police can see that the baby was in the car. Now, I don't know if y'all might disagree with this, but I think that was a bad decision. I think that was a terrible decision to hold the baby up. And eventually, that's how the baby ended up losing his life. That's how the baby ended up getting shot. When the police shot in the car, they ended up hitting the baby she said they hit the baby in the side, and they also hit the driver in the arm, which was both bullets was basically in the vicinity of her holding the baby up. In that vicinity, that's how they ended up shooting the baby. I think that if the baby was in a car seat, I don't know, maybe it don't happen. Maybe the baby don't get hit. But y'all asking the question is this: why was the police chasing them for stealing Pampers? Listen, people, you can't think that you can just steal and get away with it. Like that, that's not the way things work. If you steal something, people are gonna chase you. Was it a big deal? It wasn't a big deal. But they turned it into a big deal running. Honestly, I'm not putting my baby in a situation like that. I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm standing outside. If you want to leave, you can go in and leave, especially if we got a receipt. If you have a receipt, which I haven't seen a receipt yet. I haven't seen nobody post a receipt online. Ben Crump, as y'all know, the activist, the lawyer, whatever he is, he said it is a receipt. I want to see the receipt. I want to see where they got the receipt, and then post the receipt so we can actually see, and then we can have a better understanding of, okay, y'all had a receipt, y'all did a self-checkout, but honestly, I don't think there is a receipt. That's my opinion. I don't think it is a receipt. I think that they was ended up. I think that most likely, allegedly, they were stealing those Pampers, and that is the reason why they was trying to get away. But ladies, it wasn't that big of a deal. At the end of the day, just stop, do what you know, deal with the consequences, and then this young baby is still alive right now. Because guess what? We lost a life. We don't, and everybody can say, you know, what, you don't know him, but at the end of the day, I feel like I know him. I feel like I know this baby, because at the end of the day, when I read this story and I saw this man, the first thing I thought about to myself was, damn, a 1-year-old baby has lost his life because allegedly his friend, his mother or her friend was stealing Pampers, most likely for him. And that just, and I don't think that's fair. We cannot put kids in these type of situations, because guess what? This baby right here don't know no better. He don't know no better. He don't even know what's going on most likely around him. His mom just held him up, and next thing you know, he lost his life. Yeah, man. Sometimes you got to block these people, man. Yeah. But yeah, so, and then my thing is this. Now here's the difficult question. Now here's the difficult question right now. If the driver knew that there was a baby in the vehicle, which the driver knew that the baby was in the vehicle, why flee? Why attempt to flee? That's the number one question that I wanted to know. If you know that this baby is in here, knowing how police are right now, and listen, I love police. I feel like we need police at the end of the day. I know that they are trigger happy. I know that sometimes they think, they shoot before they think. And the thing about a lot of police officers, man, is I'm in the military, so I'm more of a person that we abide by. When we are deployed, we go by. We know that we cannot shoot unless we are, we have to make sure that the situation is a life or death situation. Rules of engagement is what military people go by when we're in these foreign countries like Iraq, the Afghanistans. We know that we cannot shoot first and then think about it. Do it happen? Of course it's happened. But we know we have rules of engagement. And I think police probably got those same type of rules of engagement. But I think that right now, police officers on edge. They're thinking that something gonna happen. I don't know if they're scared or whatever, but they are shooting first. Now, if you know, as a parent, you know that this baby is in the vehicle, why try to flee the scene? Just stop and deal with whatever you got to. Listen, if you ain't murdered nobody, you shouldn't be trying to run away. Like, at the end of the day, it's something that could be pretty much handled at that moment right there. Because think about it, if it's just a basic theft, okay, you might be banned from Walmart, or you might just get a ticket, or it's not that serious. So that's the number one question. Why, if the person that's driving the vehicle, why not? And I'm gonna ask the mother, why put your baby in that situation? I say that again. Why get in the vehicle? Why? I'm not putting my baby in this vehicle because I know what can happen. That's the number one question. If the officers knew the child was inside the vehicle, why was deadly force used? That's the number one thing I was thinking as well. I'm thinking that as well. Even though I mean, police, I understand y'all have a very difficult job that y'all do every day. Y'all in a no-win situation. If you do the right thing, it's gonna be wrong. If you do the wrong thing, then it's gonna be wrong. So you kind of in a no-win situation, honestly. But why use deadly force? Why not shoot the tires out? But and that brings me back to rules of engagement. You have to shoot the tires out. You have to try to shoot the tires out of something. So that's another question right there that could have been asked. That's another thing that I think that the police, okay, this ain't really a type of situation that we shouldn't use deadly force. Let's just shoot towards the tires. I'm just saying. Then, if this all started over a lead shoplifting incident, how did it escalate into a situation where one-year-old lost his life? I mean, that's the question right there that we all want to know. That's the question right there that we all want to know. How in the hell did a simple theft from Walmart of some alleged Pampers resulting to a 1-year-old losing his life. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. I mean, it's just the bottom line is it should not have happened. And at the end, she lost her baby. Yeah, and a lot of people saying that a lawsuit. Yeah, she probably will be able to get a lawsuit, but you want your baby. And then when we look at this right here, one thing should unite everyone, regardless of opinion. 1-year-old child is dead, and that should never happen. The public deserves transparency. All right, the family deserve answers, and the investigation need to follow the facts wherever they lead. That's the family deserve answers, wherever it may lead. It's coming from both sides. Why did you have to use deadly force? Was this right here a situation where it was deadly force should have been used? I don't think it was. Even though I look at it and I say, okay, now if the police was in front of the car and they're trying to run him over, okay, cool. Then you might want to use deadly force, maybe. But if you're standing on the side and you're not in your life is not in danger, I do not feel like you should have used deadly force in this situation right here. Then also we got to go to the other side. I got to put some blame on the driver. You knew you had a 1-year-old baby in that car, and you can see her bagging out, hitting the car before she pulled off. So I feel like that she's just as much as the blame as the police is, because you knew that you had this baby in the car. The police, did they know the baby was in the car? She said that they knew the baby was in the car. I don't really know, but the driver knew that the baby was in the car because the baby came with the driver. So, I mean, we sat here and we blame the police, but we got to put blame over here as well. And it ain't about pointing fingers. It ain't about who's. No, it's not. But if y'all going to go this hard after the police, y'all got to go this hard after the driver. It's just the bottom line. And in certain situations, I can honestly see them saying, like, you was the one that was running. So, and then people that always say, why do the police chase you? Well, hell, you need to ask the criminals, why do they run? Like, I'm sick and tired of people always be like, oh, I don't think they should have chased them because, like, just say if you're in a high-speed chase and somebody end up dying, why did they have to chase them anyway? Well, hell, ask them, why did they have to run? Like, it's a decision that's being made on both sides. You don't have to run. But if you run, then the police is going to chase you. That's just their job. I think that we get so caught up, man. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I've been to a lot of different countries, different countries. And I'm going to be honest with you. The United States got to be one of the only countries that I've ever been with. Don't nobody want to be held accountable. Nobody wants to be accountable in the United States of America. I promise you. We feel like we should be able to do anything that we want to do. We already have freedom of speech. We already got freedom to pretty much do it, whatever we want to do in the world. Long as it's the right thing to do, we can do it. You all want to still be doing the wrong things and not be held accountable. Just like we talking about the team. I was talking about the team takeover. Okay. Just like I was talking about even this situation right here. Like, we have to put blame on the young lady as well, because guess what? She knew the baby was in the car. You have to think as an adult that I'm putting these people's lives in danger. Maybe it's just me. But when I'm driving, I'm always feeling like I need to make sure that I need to make sure that I'm always on point, because I got other people's lives that's in this vehicle that I'm in charge of. I don't know if maybe people don't think like that or what, but sometimes I be feeling like people are so selfish to where they do not think about the other people that's on the other side of the highway or the people that's driving or riding next to them. But in this situation right here, I think that the adults in the room, which is the driver, the police officer, the mother, these are the people that needs to be held accountable. They needs to be held accountable because it's a young baby lost his life being innocent. He was innocent, and the adults was one making all the bad decisions. The bad decision, you can honestly say, okay, if you want to say that the police should have never been chasing her, that's a bad decision. Okay, cool. You can say that she should have never been stealing. She should have never been stealing. Okay, that was a bad decision. The mother should have never had the baby, held the baby up. I think that was a bad decision. The young lady should have never bagged into another car trying to get away. I don't know. I mean, when you look at the video, I don't think that the police life was in danger when she was pulling off, but that was still a bad decision. Why not just stop and deal with whatever consequences come with whatever you did? If you pay for it, and then this is my thing. This is my thing, people. All you got to do is sit back and think like this. If they really paid for those Pampers, why would they try to run? Like, if I'm in the right, why am I trying to run away from police officers when I'm right? I did everything right. So I don't need to try to run from them. I'm going to be like, hey, listen, at the end of the day, here go my receipt right here. And I'm just going to stand there. I'm not finna go and run. I don't have time to run. I don't have time for all these BS. I'm going to stand right there and I'm going to talk to the police and say, hey, there go my receipt. Listen, and then you go ahead and check the receipt, whatever it is. I'm telling you, I did not. It ain't like you stole a Gucci bag. It ain't like you stole a Birkin bag. You stole some Pampers. So clearly, somebody probably out there probably would have just paid for them for you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what type of city this city is in Mississippi. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I would have just been like, you know what? I'm just gonna deal with the consequences, and then we'll just go with how it flows. But I'm not going to put this baby life in danger because of I'm just saying Pampers, maybe $15, $20. Maybe a baby lose their life over $15, $20. That don't add up. That don't add up to me. So I feel like both sides was wrong. And then the end was the police officer firing in a car. If he knew the baby was in there, regardless whether he knew or not. But was your life really in danger to fire that shot into the car? Oh, my personal opinion is this. In the military, this is what we go by. Rules of engagement is, okay, just say you come across this vehicle. Okay, if the vehicle comes shooting at you, the first thing you should do is you should try to disable the vehicle by shooting at the motor or shooting at the tires. So if you got somebody on the side, why not just shoot at the tires and try to shoot? I mean, and at the end of the day, she holding the baby up. It probably ain't gonna end well either then. Let's just be honest. Because if they shoot the tires out with how fast this young lady was pulling out, the baby probably was gonna ended up getting hurt as well in that situation. And then I think people would have been like, oh, why they had to shoot the tires? So I feel like the police was in a no-win situation anyway, but I still say that he should have thought a little bit more before firing deadly shots into a car that you don't know whether, I don't think they had a gun or nothing, but they were just stealing Pampers or allegedly stealing Pampers. So I just think it was bad decisions on both sides of this. And it ended up causing this young baby, a 1-year-old, to lose his life in this. So, but that's just what I want to just say. I just think it was bad decisions on both sides. I think that the adults on both sides made bad decisions. I feel like, and I'm going to go back down the line. I feel like, hey, what's up, man? Hello from Poland, man. Y'all been to Poland before, man. Nice place, very cheap stuff over there in Poland. I like it. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. But it was bad decisions off both sides. When you look at it over here on the mother side and the friend side, they didn't have to run. They didn't have to steal Pampers. I don't know if you don't have to steal Pampers because I don't know your situation. If you want to get them for your, but at the end of the day, if you did not steal the Pampers, I would have just sat there and I would have just stopped. Talk to the police. It is what it is. We're gonna deal with it right here. I'm not gonna try to jump in the car, and as a mother, I'm not gonna get in this car knowing that she's about to try to flee, and we don't know what's on these police officers' mind. I think that the decision should have been made. I think it should have been better decision made on both sides. And then when you look at the police officer, I mean, you had about 4 or 5 police officers out here. Do you really have to fire inside the car? I don't know if that's right there was deadly force you should have used. I think you should have just shot maybe the tires out. But I still say that if you shoot the tires out, it's a chance are that the baby probably still would have ended up getting hurt because the mother was holding the baby up. So, but in the end, I think all of these bad decisions cost this baby his life. And I think that honestly, both sides should be held accountable. If you're gonna hold this police officer accountable, you gotta hold this young lady over here accountable for fleeing. You have to hold both of them accountable. And honestly, it's just like kind of robbing a bank. That's what y'all need to be careful, because think about it. If you go rob a bank and you flee and somebody died in the car, they normally charge you with that person's murder. So we need to really be careful with this situation right here. And as they're investigating, it won't surprise me if more charges come up, or charges come up on this young lady that was actually fleeing the sea with this thing when this thing all happened. But I don't know if that's gonna happen because the police fired, deadly shots inside the car. But that's normally what happens. Like if I go rob a bank with me and my friend ended up dying in a car wreck, that murder is on me. So I'm just saying, man, I just think that you'll continue to pray for the family. I think that it was a bad situation on both sides. It didn't have to happen. That's the good thing. That's the thing about it, is that this thing didn't have to happen. It didn't have to escalate to this over Pampers. But hey, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. And thank y'all again for listening to another great segment of the Winner Circle Podcast with me, Ray Diz. Until next time, man, y'all have a great Saturday, man. And also, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Peace.
Mr. Diggs, we're on in 5. Vegas can't be choosers, but grandma chose grace. She raised me on scraps.